Crypto winter to extend into 2025, David Marcus. You're killing me. If you're a crypto holder like me, you probably don't want the crypto winter to go into 2025. In this video, I want to explain why I do not think that's going to happen. I want to actually explain why I think the crypto winter will end in 2023, and I have data to back it up. I have some charts to back it up, and I want to explain all of that. But before I dive into that, we're going to go to the computer. We're going to look at some of David's quotes here about 2025 winter ending then. But before we do that, you're going to see, and you do see, predictions all over the place. $250,000 Bitcoin in 2023, $5,000 Bitcoin, $10,000 Bitcoin, $50,000 Bitcoin. The range and the opinions and predictions are so diverse. They're so all over the place. And the reason why that is, the confirmed reason, is that absolutely nobody knows what's going to happen. That's why I say in my videos, it's always just best to anticipate every situation. Expect nothing, anticipate everything. It's that simple for me, and this is my approach. This is how I see things. But if on any given day, we're just anticipating all of these different scenarios, we're just making sure with anything up in the air and ready to happen on any given day, we're making sure that we're comfortable in our positions. And that's my approach. That's what I'm doing. So just remember, as we look at all of these speculations, and even my own speculations in this video, just remember, nobody knows what's going to happen. But it's always best just to do your own research, dig into the data yourself, and make decisions based on what you find and what you're comfortable with. Not all of these analysts and all these people all over the place throwing these opinions and predictions out there. So let's dig into the video, let's dig into the charts, and let's talk about this crypto winter and when it's going to end. Crypto winter won't end in 2023, Bitcoin advocate David Marcus. Before we break down some of his quotes and what he's saying here, for just your visualization perspective, so you have a clear view of where we are in timeline, I want to go over to this chart. This is the kind of the cycles of Bitcoin chart. I charted this in 2018, but very simply, just take note of these lines, these halvings. So previous cycles, we've seen Bitcoin kind of in between halvings bottom out in these bear markets. And we're in a very similar area right now, kind of in the middle of this bear cycle, maybe towards the end, a bottoming out formation. And then going into the halving, there's maybe some upside, some sideways. And then it's the year after the halving, we start seeing this upside move for Bitcoin. So this year after the halving. Now just note right there, that's actually still like 2024 into 2025, right? So this headline and what we're about to look at kind of saying, hey, this crypto winter not really ending until over here, 2025. So it's going to be a crazy crypto winter, and essentially we'll be breaking this entire just consistency that you see on these charts. And I want to explain why I disagree with that in a minute, but let's just first go over here and let's look at this. Crypto winter won't end in 2023. We won't exit this crypto winter in 2023, and probably not in 2024 either. So basically 2025. He says it'll take a couple of years for the market to recover from the abuse of unscrupulous players and for responsible regulation to come through. Consumer trust is also going to take a few years to rebuild, but ultimately I believe this will prove to be a beneficial reset for legitimate industry players over the long run. Number one, do you agree with him in that it's going to take that long? Comment below and let me know your thoughts here. First thing I want to start with is this. This is a tweet I saw from Rect Capital. Many think the FTX situation is the worst in Bitcoin and crypto history. And if you think about it, what he's saying here, what David Marcus is saying here, it kind of does seem like he thinks this is the worst thing that's happened. It's going to take so long for markets to recover. Rect Capital says those around when Mt. Gox happened think Mt. Gox was the worst ever. Those around when the BitMEX situation occurred think it was the worst in history. The worst times precede Bitcoin bear market bottoms. And so interestingly, if you look at where crypto is and you look at Bitcoin right now, we are in historically this bear market bottom range, very consistent with previous bear cycles. So this goes on. The years of creating a token out of thin air and making millions are over. The music has stopped. We're back to our regular programming having to create real value and solving real world problems. This is fine. This is, that he's saying this. But right there, what he's saying, that is reminiscent of after the 2017 bull market craziness. This is what people were saying after that, right? So we've already been here in this part of the story. So that kind of had me raising my eyebrows in terms of his thoughts here. And it really plays into why I disagree. So not only does Rec Capital make a great point, like it always seems like it's the worst when it's happening, right? That's where we are right now. But if we go over here, and I actually want to take equity markets and actually start diving into some data. We already just discussed how from a Bitcoin halving perspective and the cycles of Bitcoin, we're very much probably likely, I should say, not definite, in the bear market bottom range. But let's kind of take in some S&P 500 data. Now, I went back to 2008, 2009 crash because a lot of people are saying real estate's about to burst and it's going to get so bad again. I disagree with that. I recorded a video about that as well. But let's say it was that bad. That high to low was 525 days. Let's say we go through something crazy. Here's S&P 500. 525 days from the high would take us to May or June 2023. That's this year. This is like May or June of 2023 if markets got even so bad, right? And so if we take that on the Bitcoin onto the Bitcoin charts, May 2023, June 2023, it's right around here, and maybe markets do fall and kind of get really bad. But this potentially, from a historical perspective, not off of crypto, but off of equity markets in just a crazy bad environment, this could be the bottom. And then crypto potentially and risk on assets in general start turning around then, even still before the 2024 halving, not over here in 2025. I think we see a lot of just kind of dramatization and just kind of going a little overboard in terms of some of these predictions. And again, I have my own speculations, but I just like to anticipate all scenarios. And I guess we could anticipate David Marcus's scenario of 2025 if the pain lasted that long. But for these reasons that I just laid out here, I really don't see it lasting that long. I think we're in the bottom range. I think there is potential for another leg down if things get really bad and we have to continue tracking equity markets. But I just don't think 2025 is going to be when the crypto winter ends. I think it's going to be so much sooner than many, many people think. And I think very likely it will be this year when the crypto winter ends. Those are my thoughts, everybody. Let me know your thoughts below. I appreciate you. Hit that subscribe and like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.